Hi guys, as much as I despise Nigel Farage, sometimes I have to commend him for not living completely in an echo chamber and letting people onto his show who either embarrass the Brexiteer or give him something to think about. Perhaps I'm being too kind, do let me know in the comments. Anyway, Farage got educated on the value of net zero by former co-host of the car show Top Gear, Quentin Willson, who now presents Fully Charged, an online electric car programme. Quentin explained in a calm and polite way to Nigel the importance of Britain moving forward, not backwards, when it comes to climate targets. Have a listen to this.
Net zero is about making as much as we can for jobs and economic activity in the UK. That's the opportunity that we face. And Jeremy Hunt said it was £1 trillion opportunity. Now they've changed their tune. And we've seen this whole tirade today from all these businesses saying, why are you doing this? Why are you pulling the rug from underneath them? We have this ability now to catch up with the rest of the world when it comes to electric cars and battery factories. 25 battery factories in Europe being built and planned. We've got 1.5, and the one we've been, the second one, the JLR, Stellantis, 4 billion, that could disappear because of this, because there's no certainty in industrial policies. I'm talking about jobs, I'm talking about prosperity, I'm talking about clean air, cheaper energy. But Sunak was disingenuous in the sense there was no policy for meat, no policy for car sharing, no policy for 7 bins and an aviation tax. You know, he is electioneering here, Nigel. You know this,
I get it.
I know it.
I get it, yeah.
And what we're doing is short-term opportunism against a long-term future for our children. And that's what's so craven about this.
The other thing I would say to you is...
And he's completely correct. It is craven. Now, the two main things to talk about here is this is about an election. This is about Rishi Sunak pandering to a smaller and smaller minority. It's the same with Stop the Boats and attacking doctors for going on strike. A very small section of society support that. A very small section of society are against net zero. But Rishi Sunak seems to believe that he needs to reinforce that minority. He needs to pander to them. But these people are more likely than not to vote for the Conservative Party anyway. So he's not going to grow his voter bloc. It seems he's been advised badly by people to say, you know, you need to chase these people. You need to pander to this small minority. That's the first problem. The second problem, of course, is the bigger one. The UK is going to be left behind. The 3 main economies in the world, China, the United States and the EU, they are pushing hard on net zero, and they're pushing hard, for example, in this case, electric cars. If the UK is saying, well, we're actually going to go in the opposite direction, it's going to lose out, and it's going to be more expensive to catch up later on. This is the time when you should be investing, at the beginning, or when there's this massive change taking place. In Europe, as Quentin pointed out, 25 battery factories. In Britain, 1.5. Now, of course, the economies are different, but if you want to lead, you need to attract investment. And what Rishi Sunak did this week was disencourage investment. Businesses need certainty. They're not always expecting the economy to be booming, but they need to know what they're dealing with. And the last thing they need, like with Brexit, is this chaos. You're not going to attract investment if you're saying, well, we're going to do A day 1 and B day 2. We're going to do U-turns all the time. So if you want to achieve these goals, you need to attract investment. You also have to invest. And it seems that Rishi Sunak is just focused on the next election, not focused on these targets, and not focused on growing the economy, improving things for people. And it's not just about electric vehicles, it can be about insulating homes, it can be about renewable energy. These are things that probably the Labour Party are going to have to fix because the Tories have decided we're not going to put the right investment in place. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.